All right, now you can go ahead and start. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah. All right. I have an intro. Your role, like I said, you're a
Hmm.
movie exec. So I got a movie pitch. I got a pitch. It's it's a dog. It's a comic strip.
Oh,
Been
kids
going on
love
a long time.
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Kids
right.
love
Yeah,
dogs.
comics. All right.
They love comic strips. I got some greatest hits that I looked for you. So it's been going for 40 years. Very
Oh,
popular.
yeah, that's a good amount of time. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right, it's a big dog. It's a really big dog. That's some of the joke. It's in front of a barber shop in this one, and the barber guy is saying to the big dog, not letting him in the barber shop, "Sorry, it's my sister Angie who has the pizza place."
Oh, that's
So
horribly unfunny. Is that all
so
you got?
okay, no. Okay,
Yeah.
I got another one. I got another one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so there's the dog is sitting in front of a food bowl, and there's a shoe in the food bowl, and the mom's yelling at the dog, and she says, "Putting an old shoe in your dog food is not going to make it taste better." So,
Oh. Can we make
there's
money on this, or I mean, that's the important
I
thing.
have an idea for that. We could make him a Nazi.
You're a genius.
Welcome
We'll
to
call
Rough
it
Cuts.
the aristocrat.
It's Marmaduke.
Marmaduke, no!
Oop. Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Why is Marmot?
When we first had so welcome to Rough Cuts. It's our show about good boys in bad movies. My name's Ilyon. This is my wonderful co-host, the Boyks.
Yeah, I don't think Marmaduke's a good boy at all. By the way,
I just
Spoiler.
know. Okay, well, when it first came up, I said to you, I can't have this happen because you're gonna spit take. I can tell. I'm like waiting for you to finish drinking.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they kind of have weird racial overtones for. We'll just not talk about that much because this is our comedy pod. We cannot talk
It's
about
the
this
whole
movie
movie.
without talking about the really weird racist overtones, huh?
You know who can talk about this movie without talking about the weird racist overtones? 120 user reviews I found online about this film. All of them. Literally everyone.
How did nobody... Who didn't...
It's super
see
obvious.
What was wrong with this?
And like, I can kind of excuse reviews from 2010, I guess.
I can't.
Moms and
I can't.
dads taking their kids. But like 2020... But it's more obvious than it used to be, even like.
But I can't.
Some people,
I can't excuse it for anybody. To back this up for everyone listening. Hello, hi. This movie, it's about Marmaduke wanting to get in with the purebreds, and they call everyone else mutts, and they talk about how we're special because we're pure and we have pedigrees and we're the pedigrees and the purebreds and we've got pure blood in our veins. And that's most of the movie.
Being a pedigree means you're exceptional. We're all bred for
a
purpose.
Okay, wait,
and have
what?
gifts you could never dream of.
It sure is a film about how Marmaduke really wants to get in with the crowd that loves racial purity. Yeah, that's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I mean, like, I'm trying to say this is like, I don't want to act like it. I don't want to be exaggerating it. They talk about
it's not an exaggeration.
We have special abilities because we're bred specially. We're the pure ones. That's a thing they say explicitly multiple times in this movie.
This movie might just be a white power movie, and I don't know how I feel about that with fucking Marmaduke. I don't. And here's the thing, though. Somebody listening to this podcast is going to think we're fucking with them.
Yes!
It's Marmaduke.
Yes.
How could it possibly be that?
Those are real comics that I read. Here's another one. He's sitting in front of Sam's Deli and Angie's Pizza, moving his head back and forth, and the dad says, "It's up to you." That's the joke. That's it. Who added
Like-
the Nazis?
Yeah, what?
Who added
Marmaduke is-
racial purity? Why did this need that?
It's the most like non-joke comic ever. Or as you said, it's a Family Guy. Circus.
It's a family
Lois.
circus guy. Family circus guy. Lois, the kids are running around and they have the not me ghost. I don't know. Lois, it's the not me.
Marmaduke's too big for the door, so he has to go in the human door instead of the doggy door.
Yeah, they keep
Thanks,
making.
Family Guy.
They do jokes like that, but
Yeah, and then they hard
also
cut to,
do.
well, we're the pure blood.
Yeah.
Take
We're gonna
over
have
the
an
park.
OC rager and throw out all the mutts. And
This movie has more in common with Trauma Surf Nazis Must Die than fucking Marmaduke comics. And I
Yes.
don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. Oh, Jesus. They fucked up.
I can't talk
Yeah.
about this movie. I can't talk about this movie.
Okay, so
I
here's one
expected it
important
to-
thing. We'll get to that because there's some scenes that we could talk about. But
Oh yeah.
most
yeah.
importantly, the other thing that's important is that when you went to high school, if you were really tall, that meant you got bullied constantly.
Oh my
for
God.
being tall.
Yes. Well, and good at sports. If you're
If you're tall, good at sports.
If you're tall, strong, good at sports, and good
Mm-hmm.
looking, then you had the hardest time possible. And especially
Correct.
if you were big,
Especially if
straight
you were
and white. Yeah.
Especially if you were white.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
100% if you were white. I don't know how you ever made it through those horrible days. That's how the movie starts. And then Marmaduke shows up and it's like, that's exactly me, and turns towards the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, so again, people think you're exaggerating. It just has a large kid going through school. Okay, you say high school, but are we sure that it's high school or is it
this is
middle
also the
school?
fucked up thing. It's supposed to be elementary school.
for the one kids.
This
yes,
is like a
yeah.
20-year-old basketball player. They could have got fucking, I don't know, like someone from the Timberwolves to be this kid. Right? Like,
They should have had Shaquille O'Neal be the awkward lanky
just walk
kid.
in and be like, oh, don't you hate getting bullied? And it's just Shaq.
It's just Shaq just walking down the thing.
No, that
Yeah,
was
man,
Show Dogs
so-
where Shaq got bullied.
Holy
But like where is this coming from? Somebody inserted all this angst, this white angst into this film.
I don't want to. I feel like I'm reading. I don't want to read into the film and try and put things into it, but there's no reading of this film where I can't look at it and just be like, it's full of. Well, I want to join the Nazis. Like that's just like the whole.
That's the plot.
Thing. That's the
main plot. Yeah. What the fuck?
I just.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it does turn it on at the very last second. He's like, wait, maybe we should let all the other dogs also sit here and not get trashed.
Right, but that's not the message. That's what's fucked up about it. That's not the
Yeah.
message.
No,
The
it
message
isn't.
is I shouldn't care what people think about me.
Yeah.
It's not Nazis are bad.
No.
It's I should just ignore what they said because it was me, and I don't.
Basically, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's so
Okay, so-
bad.
At the start of the movie, you have a big lanky kid walking through a high school getting bullied because he's 6'6" and 250 pounds and bigger and better
Yeah.
at everything than everyone else, and he's good looking. So of course he has the worst time. And Owen Wilson's doing a voiceover for that of like, oh man, it's so hard to be big and handsome and strong because everyone will hate you. Also, oh boy, it's just like me. See, look, I'm a big dog. I'm Marmaduke. That's not the
That's
human
me.
child is not me. It's me, the dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now look at my home life. Everybody loves me. It's the worst.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also my the small child that lives with us. I think it's their child, the humans that I live with. They're a gamer and they play The Force Unleashed on Xbox 360.
Yeah. They did have it looked
Yeah.
like the Force Unleashed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he tears through the house and causes problems and gets stuck in a
Because the whole point of
door.
this is, I guess, to introduce each character, the family.
Mhm.
There's small gamer child.
That's brave of you to call them characters.
Yeah, none of them are really characters, but there's small gamer child. There's teen daughter, I guess. There's mom.
Well, teen. You said teen. Sorry.
Yeah, she's supposed
the
to be in
actress
elementary
who
school,
plays
but
her
the
is a
actress is
teen.
like 15, so I don't know.
The
I
actress
don't
was
know.
15 during this film, which
I don't know. They pulled a Mac and Me and they put like adults in school, things like that. Like it's fucked up. But
when you
there's
said
mom
that she was
who
supposed to be
has
in elementary, it fucking blew my mind.
yeah, mom has no character or plot or anything. She's just there.
And it's Judy Greer.
Yeah.
Judy Greer's a good actress. She's funny. What the fuck?
And then
there's going to be a
of
lot of that
course,
in this too.
There's of course Nicolas Cage knockoff,
Yes.
who's the dad of the family.
I couldn't not hear it once you mentioned it and see it the minute you said
his name
it.
is Lee Pace, I believe.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
it's Lee Pace.
who's like a legitimate actor, but for some
He's a
reason
legit
the
actor.
makeup and the hair and everything they did in this, he
And
just
the way
looks
he
like
delivers
Nicolas Cage.
lines. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
and
a
his
couple times where he's
lines,
got
it's
a little bit
weird.
of like the like he's got like that little like that
Yeah.
at the end of
Like
you know, that
the weird-
breathlessness that he does.
Yeah, it's something about the delivery. But as
Yeah.
Marmaduke's introducing all of the family members, we also meet Carlos the cat, who is George
Mhm.
Lopez, which plays the exact same talking animal in every movie he's in,
Yeah.
which is typically a stereotype, might I point out.
Yes.
And then Nicolas Cage and the mom kiss on the bed because they have a lovely relationship. And as they're kissing on the bed, you and I are talking about the film, and we're like, "Oh, this movie is gonna be shit. Yeah, it's
well-
gonna be awful. Yeah, I think I think there's gonna be farts and poop and pee. It's gonna go that deep, and everything's gonna
And I
suck.
went,
It'll just be all fart.
No. Look at how incredibly fucking tame and non-jokey the
Mhm.
Marmaduke comic strip is. This is going to be an hour and a half of. See, I was giving it less credit, is the thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I thought that there wouldn't even be that amount of jokes. That was my point. I'm backing myself up here because I need to redeem myself for this moment.
Like the
'cause I know where
Marmaduke
this is
comics
headed.
suck so much,
So bad that they won't even do pee and poop jokes. They won't even rise to that level because that's a joke.
Yeah.
That's an attempt at a joke, and they won't even attempt jokes.
And as we're talking about it,
God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it.
Marmaduke just lets out a huge fucking rip from his ass.
What are our odds of getting like
Whoa,
a pee joke?
Oh, hey, I wasn't done with
100%.
that.
There's gonna be poops and farts too.
Motto right here.
Wow.
Kids love poops
I
and
think
farts.
that-
For it. Wait for
I think
it.
there isn't going to be. I think
Got
that it's
it!
going.
Marmaduke,
God damn it.
what you eat?
Okay, fine.
I know it's juvenile, but
And I can see the fucking code. I can see it. I know how these movies work. It's ridiculous.
I would say that, and normally I'd be like, oh, okay, well, it's almost better that it has the pee and poop and fart jokes because then at least there's the attempt at
Mhm.
humor. Because I mean, holy shit, these Marmaduke strips
They're
they're
awful.
literally nothing. They
Yeah.
are absolutely literally nothing. They are the most. It's just see big dog that's the only thing that I can think goes through most of these, but it's worse in this. They made it worse by having joke attempts, which God
Mhm,
bless
mhm.
them. God bless them.
Their family lives in Kansas, and they're moving to California because of a job that the dad got, which
Mhm.
is like marketing for Petco, I think.
Well, no,
He's making ads
he's-
and stuff.
He's
I don't-
doing he's doing marketing. We don't know the company that he's doing it for, it's not. He's not working directly for
okay.
Petco because they're saying
They're a third party.
We're gonna lose
Gotcha.
the Petco account, is what they say
Right,
at one point.
right.
But they never named the group that he's working for because it doesn't matter. It's all extremely extraneous. This is like this is the plot. This shows up 20 minutes into the film, which is when you were
And
going,
then like an hour.
wait, are they
20?
ever going to have
Yeah.
a plot? And then they kind
they
of
forget about it for an hour and then bring it back. Yeah.
and then bring it back for
At the
about
end.
30 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie does
Yeah.
you know how we always say that we wish that there was less family shit and more dogs?
Yeah.
I wish there was more
This
family
movie did
shit
that,
and less
though.
dogs.
This movie did that.
That's why I said
no
I
real
wish
family shit.
I
Yeah.
wish there was more family shit and less dogs cuz
Wait, if that's true. So if we wish that there's more family shit
the
and less dogs, and it
anti-dog
sucks,
movie.
and then we wish that there's less family shit and more dogs, and the film sucks. What does that say about dog movies?
Well, I think that this movie is just like the inversion of everything that we've ever known about dog movies in a lot of ways.
It's a bizarro dog film.
This is a bizarro world dog film.
A
We
negative
fell into
dog
a
movie.
Yeah, we
Negative
accidentally woke up this morning and I didn't realize it. When I walked into my kitchen and I smelled like electricity and there was the weird flash of light and I like blacked out for half a second. I thought that was just, my normal wake up procedure, but it turns out
No, that's
maybe
Marmaduke.
like a little bit of
Yeah.
leftovers from the edibles last night. As
Yeah.
it turns out, no. I accidentally stepped into negative zone and we found an opposite dog movie. This feels like Hellworld's version of Marmaduke. Is what this feels like.
It's like a Hellraiser Marmaduke.
Yes. Yeah.
I think one of the writers worked on one of the shitty Hellraisers also when I was looking at it. By the way.
This movie was directed by Pinhead. Directed and written by Pinhead. This is a puzzle box.
Yeah. You opened it and I came.
God damn it. You
Right.
watched Marmaduke and I came.
And I came. No, Pinhead. No. Okay, so Cenobites in our rooms when we woke up this morning aside, they fly out from Kansas to California. They're going to the OC, Orange County. And
California.
Yeah, there's
all of those.
There's a huge fucking montage of Marmaduke with sunglasses driving in the sun.
Pick the most stereotypical song that you can imagine for pretty much any moment in this film, and you've nailed it.
More importantly, though, on the plane, Marmaduke and Carlos the cat get really fucking high from the air.
Like, it's from It's
what
from
was
the
it?
meatballs. The meatballs. They drugged them. The family drugged
them?
The family drugged them. Yes.
Well, they got them really high for the trip?
You would sedate them for the trip,
Wow.
I think, is what they were trying to do. No,
Wow.
they fed them meatballs, remember? And they were like, he's like, oh, these meatballs are probably a trap. We never get meatballs. And it's like, don't question it. It's meatballs, man. And then they're in the plane and they're like, yo, I can see color. Holy shit,
okay.
I'm so fucked up, man. Oh
yeah,
my god.
We did get fake cat paws, though, which I liked.
He looked at his hands and he was like, whoa, look at my hands are like cat paws, man. But they're not like real cat paws. They're like weird fake ones that someone's putting in front of a camera. It's whoa. I like that they didn't use CGI for that. I was actually really there for that. I was super happy for it. This is the first fake cat paw we've had, and
we didn't point out this movie has a lot of CGI animals. Like a lot of CGI animals. I'd say it's even worse than some of the Buddies movies.
I thought the CG in this, I want to try and say good things about movies that we watch. The CG in this is very, very good. It's very passable / good for these films.
I feel like it's on the
this
level
was
of the Scooby-Doo live action, I'd say. It's okay.
I don't know. I feel like this was for talking dog films. I feel like this was maybe the best CG that I've seen for talking dog movies. Because it was also used. I guess the thing is that
we're gonna put that on the back of the box,
right?
Cartoony.
Yeah.
Best CG I've ever seen in a talking dog movie. Rough Cuts. Put that on the box.
You can trip over that bar, but they did it. I mean, I feel like I don't know. There wasn't like really weird, zany, distended faces and stuff like normally happens, and like
It
like,
wasn't
do you know what I mean? Like
gross body
weird,
horror.
yeah. There wasn't like
Yeah.
all the weird like long dog stuff. Like they used a lot of CGI to get the dogs talking, but then they kind of used it sparingly everywhere else, which I thought worked. So I mean, good. Like they used a lot of
Yeah.
CGI, but it was also like in moments when they had to use it. And for the rest of it, they tried to use more practical stuff or actual dog training, right? Like when he's doing tricks, for the most part, it's actually the dog. Like when they put him on a surfboard, there's moments of that are very obviously CG'd, but like a lot of it is him on a surfboard with like green screen and stuff instead, and not like the full CG dog. Like they used it in sparing ways. I'm searching for something. I gotta try and say something good about this.
You can say that, but then they also had the dog standing up on its two legs, surfing through a fucking like wave circle, and I'm like, yeah. Like they did a Lilo and Stitch thing, you know?
Sure, but that was
it's very cartoony. But
surfboard dog was by far one of the better highlights of this movie.
Yeah.
That was actually okay. I'm fine with surf dog.
After they get to California, though, the dad,
they're
Nicolas
in California because they surf anyway,
and Marmaduke go to the dog park so that Marmaduke can meet all the cool dogs that are in the OC,
and also so that he can side plot. And this is side plot, even though it's actually supposed to be main plot. He can meet his boss,
his boss, who's really fucking weird, walks around the dog park without his shoes or socks on, and also wants to fuck his dog.
Allegedly wants to fuck it.
He explicitly says that his wife is jealous of his dog, and it's very weird.
Now, this is sort of embarrassing, but there are no dogs allowed on the boat. It's my wife's rule. Quite frankly, I think she's jealous.
There's some William H. Macy. What did you do? I'm going to point out every actor in this movie because there are so many people that I actually really like and respect that were in this pile of fucking shit.
So, but Marmaduke meets another dog called Maisie.
Yes.
Who then shows him around the dog park and explains what the social life of the OC dog park is, which is basically high school for dogs, and there's cliques everywhere.
Yeah, she tells them all
here's
about,
the nerd
like,
clique,
the
here's the weed clique.
Here she talks about even there were like the two Afghan hounds, like the really long hair, so they made them into Valley girls because they have long hair in this movie.
Here's the delinquent
kind of
clique that pees in cups and then watches people drink them. Drinking literal piss in this film. Great. And then here's the neo-Nazi clique.
The what?
I like them the best.
Sorry, the what?
The
what?
Sorry, the pure blood clique. What did I say?
Sorry, you said pure blood. I think it was the pedigree clique.
Oh, the pedigree. Sorry, I don't remember the word. Yeah, okay. No, that's
the purebred clique. They use them interchangeably. I'm pretty sure they actually used the words pure blood a few times.
And when they introduce them, Marmaduke's like, "Whoa, they're so cool. They love being like very racist. I love that." And then he sees a hot lassie dog. And he's like, "Whoa, that dog's so hot. I wish I could get with that neo-Nazi dog."
Yeah, and she talks about how that dog's actually dating the weird neo-Nazi, and he goes, "Wow, that makes me like her even more. I wish I could steal her away from the weird neo-Nazi because if I want to date a woman, it's definitely somebody who is currently dating a pedigree who specifically talks about all the special powers that being bred pure and not being a mutt have." I want to not talk about this. It's really
keeps happening though.
But
it keeps happening. But the point is, the outcast dogs like Maisie,
Emma Stone, and Steve Coogan, and Who was the last one? Fuck, who's the other one for that?
I don't remember that
Oh god.
dog's
Oh,
actor.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they invite Marmaduke to their sick bitchin' party.
Sorry, whoa.
What's it called?
Their classic OC Rager.
It's gonna be a classic OC Rager. You should totally come.
Oh,
Thank
an OC
you.
Rager, where they all get drunk, vomit everywhere, and then pass out on the floor.
On drain pipe water. To which, so okay, here's a perfect example of why we have to talk about the horrific overtones of this movie for children, because at the OC Rager, the weird pedigree neo-Nazi dog yells at Marmaduke for not being purebred enough.
Uh-huh.
And the girlfriend of the neo-Nazi steps in and goes, I'm really sorry. This is just how he gets when he drinks too much drain pipe water.
Yeah, when he drinks too much, he gets super, super racist.
Which, like, that's how you have to read that, right? Like, this is some weird, violent, domestic abuser kind of guy that gets drunk too often and starts fights over racial purity.
Something. It's
like,
something.
What? That's what they went for. I mean, that's what it is, right? Like, I just feel like I'm losing my mind.
The Outcasts party where they were just playing DDR in a fucking garage.
Which looked rad as hell. That was a sick DDR machine. That was like an actual cab.
They were playing cool music. They had a sick a double cab with bars.
Yes. Yeah, like they had
Marmaduke
really
did a cool
nice
dance
cab
on it and broke the machine into like 20,000 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then said that he should have bought a Wii instead.
Yeah.
And then he left that lame-ass party to go to this neo-Nazi fucking...
Well, they all did.
Drinking party. Yeah, like...
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
And this was seen as a good thing. I don't... Oh,
kind of. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that they ultimately pull it back and go like, oh, he should have been okay with all the dogs or something and not been a bully, but you can't go this far with it, right? Like it goes, you can't have Marmaduke be a racist for half the movie and then suddenly go, oh wait, is racism bad?
So
should I not have been racist?
Right? After the party where the drunk neo-Nazi dog... It just sounds like a shitpost. But after the party where the drunk neo-Nazi dog told him to fuck off because he's not pure blood, then Marmaduke concocts a plan with his George Lopez voiced cat Carlos, to get in with the neo-Nazis.
Okay, before you get into that for just a second, sorry, I just need to stop you for one moment because I have to get something out of the way because if people know Marmaduke at all, because I knew a little bit about Marmaduke going into this. If you know Marmaduke at all, okay, what is Marmaduke as a dog?
A Great Dane, right?
Right? It's a purebred Great Dane. What the fuck? Like he's a purebred.
They keep calling him a mutt the whole film, but I don't...
Yes!
But then later on, he calls himself a Great Dane, which implies that he knows he's not. Like,
yes! And William H. Macy, when he sees this dog, goes over to him and he goes, oh, I'm a super dog person. I'm really, really into dogs. And that's his whole plot line, is that the weird boss guy is super into dogs. And he leans over and like pulls back Marmaduke's jowls and he goes, oh, he's kind of jowly. What kind of dog is he? Maybe English Mastiff a bit?
Yeah, dumb as hell.
He's a Great Dane. Like, he's a purebred that's always the joke in the Marmaduke comics, is that like Great Danes are really big, so he's a big Great Dane. He's a Great Dane. Anyway, sorry, just to get that out of the way. Yes, unrelated. So then he has,
like I was trying to say, he talks his cat Carlos, his friend that came with him from Kansas, to help him get in with the neo-Nazis. So they set up a fake fight at the dog park to be like, hey, look, I can also be mean to cats. I'm really cool. Look how cool I am. And then his friend Carlos is like, dude, if you want to make this look real, you have to actually hit me, man. You can't just like fake hit me. They're not gonna believe it. He's like,
Well, he says
okay,
like you gotta sell it a little more. Yeah.
you
Not
gotta
maybe
sell it a bit
not
more.
hit him,
Like,
but yeah.
yeah. So then Marmaduke just fucking smacks him with a fake dog paw, and then Carlos is like, hey,
Like
man,
sends him flying 5 feet.
yeah, like, hey, man, that was a bit much. Like, are we done here? He's like, oh yeah, we're done here. You fucker. And then he just fucking haces him. Just beats the shit out of him, rips out his fur.
He grabs him by the tail and spins him around and throws him, which rips all the fur off of his tail.
Yes.
And to get, again, I just want to, okay, so we have Kiefer Sutherland is the neo-Nazi boyfriend leader. I can't even remember the name of that dog.
I don't think it was Thunder, but it was something like that. Sure.
Oh, no, Thunder was the little one. Thunder was,
I don't know.
Because the Wayans brothers, Thunder and Lightning, are the two Wayans brothers that are his minions.
Oh, sure.
Oh, it's Bosco is his name.
Bosco?
I've looked it up. His name is Bosco, and his miniature pincher minions named Thunder and Lightning, Damon Wayans and Marlon Wayans. Anyways,
good for them. I'm glad they got in a good movie. That's good.
Yeah. So Kiefer Sutherland is the weird neo-Nazi guy. Marmaduke is Owen Wilson. The cat is George Lopez. So we have Owen Wilson beating up Carlos, the George Lopez, to get in with the guy that's yelling, to get in with Kiefer Sutherland, who has spent this movie yelling about racial purity and the special abilities of purebreds. And
I didn't know Marmaduke would be American History X. I really didn't. This is so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
I was sitting here in horror over this movie. Who approved this? Who looked at this and went, yeah, that reads well. That reads great.
So fucked up. Like, so then, he beats up his friend, and then all the neo-Nazis are like, whoa, you're cool now. Let's hang out, Marmaduke.
Not just all the neo-Nazi, like, they show that the neo-Nazi clique is the most popular clique at the dog park, right? They have the best
in the dog park high school. Yes,
they have the best seating spots right by the fountain. Everybody wants to be in with them. They're the ones that throw the big OC Rager that everybody wants to go to. And by the way, there's like 4 OC Ragers.
There's so many parties in this fucking movie.
This is just a party movie, but they're the ones throwing all the parties. They're the ones that everybody wants to be popular with. And it's like, they're the cool kids.
There's so many messages in this film, and none of them are good.
No,
I don't.
This movie is like absolutely stunning. I'm sure that they 100% didn't intend it this way, but I also don't know how they could have looked at it at the end of it and gone, yeah, this looks fine. I think this is the movie that we go with. This Marmaduke, this sells Marmaduke for me.
So after Marmaduke gets the approval of the neo-Nazi clique
by beating up on George Lopez.
That
brutally.
Sucks. The dad gets the idea to do an ad campaign of dogs surfing with their owners to try and raise awareness to Petco and maybe sell a commercial.
Yes.
Or something.
And we'd had it set up that Bosco, the Kiefer
surfing dog.
bad boy dog, he specifically, they're like, oh, he's the champion dog surfer, which...
He's literally a surf Nazi. Like I said, surf Nazis must die has so much in common with this movie.
It's not where I thought Marmaduke was going.
But he's the big dog because he's the surf champ. So Marmaduke and Bosco have a surf competition, but a big wave happens and both of their owners fall off. Marmaduke accidentally knocks Bosco into the water and then does a really sick surf through a wave, bro. So gnarly.
Yeah, that part threw me because they set up that Bosco is this surf dog, and then that he wants Bosco's girlfriend, which sure. And so you're like, okay, so where they're gonna go with this is big finale is a big surf competition between Marmaduke and Bosco. This happens 35 minutes into the film.
Yeah. But Bosco
and then they never ever do surfing
he loses
again.
His throne because he's not the surf champ anymore.
I guess.
So that means that Marmaduke has gained the throne of the neo-Nazis and the girlfriend. Like all men should aspire to.
Yeah, he wins her like she's property.
He wins her like an object.
this movie. So then he was talking to Maisie earlier, the Emma Stone dog, the collie. They're both collies, but Maisie is a mutt, and oh god, the other one is a purebred. So he talks to Maisie, and she's like, "Oh, my ideal dream date would be to like go to a junkyard, and there's soft music playing, and a blanket and treats." And she like lays out this date that she'd want, which while she's looking at him directly in his face.
And
going,
then looking at the
"Oh,
camera
boy,
being like,
I'd
I
sure
can't wait for that
love
date.
For that date, a date that I'd like. This is the thing that I love. What would you like for a date? Like one that we could go on." And then he immediately takes this other dog on that date for her.
Yeah,
and she watches from the distance.
He takes the dog on her dream date. I had a problem with the scene beyond just this. Why did they play "I've Been Feeling Fine"? They played sexy music. Like the dogs were gonna fuck right then and there.
Boyks, I don't know how that's at all surprising to you, considering that you're the one that called the piss and fart jokes. And all like they literally had a man drink dog piss.
They did. That's true.
On screen, and you're wondering.
And then the director asked the question, "Hey, do you want to watch these dogs just fuck? Just go at it.
Only if they're pure."
Yeah. Ugh.
So
God, that actually made me very ill.
Yes, a lot of this film made me extremely ill.
Yes, and as we all know, Marmaduke then said his famous line, "Maisie, get out of here. I'm a racist now."
Yes, yeah. I've seen that.
She called him out for going on the date. And he's like, "Hey, that was my date. Why'd you take her? Maisie, you're not pure. I'm racist now. Leave."
Yeah,
this is seen as like great. This is great.
I mean,
in a way, like this is from the film's perspective, this is exactly what Marmaduke wanted.
Yes, like the thing is, they're going to eventually say, "Ooh, Marmaduke shouldn't have been a bully like this," but there's some things that are, I don't know, maybe a bit too far.
Yeah, weird.
Maybe we need boundaries on, how much we make our dogs into neo-Nazis for our film about maybe you shouldn't bully. Like, I understand they're ultimately going to say maybe you shouldn't bully, but maybe it shouldn't be in your family dog movie where he becomes a literal neo-Nazi. Like, there's a way to do bullying without him beating up on minorities and yelling about racial purity and like, right? Right? You think there's like maybe a healthy medium somewhere in there where they don't need to go all that way. Like, I mean, they're like, okay, well, like we need to show that bullies are bad. Who are the biggest bullies in the world? Nazis. Okay, so we're gonna have our main character become a Nazi, and then he can be not a Nazi.
Hold on.
Like, no,
like
whoa,
nobody went. Whoa, wait a minute.
like, right?
Yeah.
Like, somebody in this meeting had to be sitting there taking notes and just like eyes just slowly going wider and wider, right? Like, whoa, we're okay. This is
Marmaduke, no!
Oop. I feel like did we download a weird fake Marmaduke? Because I don't know how anybody else didn't notice
like
this.
some shitpost Marmaduke movie that someone made as a joke? I mean, it was on Amazon Prime, maybe, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it
I
could
don't
be.
know. I just want to hope that. I want to hope that real bad. I'm gonna believe that in my heart, no matter what happens.
I can
Anyway.
guarantee the people writing and working on this were all white.
Oh yeah. Well,
That I can say. But
yeah.
anyways,
probably.
the point is though, after the dream date, and he says I'm a racist now, Marmaduke throws a huge house party because the
An
family
OC
needs to leave.
rager.
Yeah, because the family needs to leave to go on a boat because the dad's boss is bullying him.
Mm-hmm.
And he forces him to go on this boat for some work meeting. And then since I guess the dad wants to spend time with his family, he somehow talks them into going with him. But he can't bring the dog. So that gives a whole weekend where Marmaduke can throw a huge bender at their house.
Yeah, because that's what you do is you leave your Great Dane alone in your house with the doors open. Like you would do.
And at the house, while everybody's partying and breaking things and vomiting and rubbing shit on the carpet and dragging their ass on the carpet, rubbing more shit on the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
The neo-Nazi dog, Bosco, shows up and finds Carlos is there.
Yes.
And he's like, wait, aren't you the cat that Marmaduke hazed at the park? No. So then he brings up that fact to everybody at the party. Be like, hey, this is the cat that Marmaduke hazed. They're friends.
And Marmaduke goes, no, I strictly do not allow cats in this house. This is a no cat zone. I hate cats. I would never let a cat in. And then they pull out a picture of Marmaduke with the cat, and everybody goes, and then they all leave. I can't be friends with
someone who's not racist. So they all leave.
Yep.
Again, what the fuck were they thinking?
Yep. So that's why everyone leaves and doesn't like Marmaduke now. So now he realizes that Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have been racist actually.
So then Marmaduke that night after the family comes back and sees the house destroyed and blames it on him, and they're like, "Man, we should get rid of this racist dog that we have." Which is fair.
Yeah, the dad actually starts talking about just maybe we should get rid of Marmaduke because he chases Marmaduke and he also drops his pitch that he worked on all weekend.
He drops his laptop in the pool.
Into the pool.
Yeah, they're very rich California house / backyard pool.
God, they have a mansion.
Yeah, they have a fucking mansion.
It is so hard to care about these people. It's so hard to give a shit.
So then Marmaduke decides to leave and search for the cryptid dog. The
Chupadogra, which was actually, I kind of like the name of that. That was fine.
The Chupadogra.
Like, all right,
so he finds the Chupadogra, which is a Saint Bernard Cujo, basically
voiced by Sam Elliott.
Yep, and the Cujo dog, the Chupadogra, tells him, "Hey, buddy, you should enjoy that life where you live in a cozy home. Out there, I'm out here in the streets, living the hard life." Being a cryptid dog that murders people in the cold night. And Marmaduke's like, yeah, that's right. I should be a family man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam
anyway,
Elliott,
bye.
Straight and narrow. Anyway, I'm not gonna... And the pound shows up to take this dog, and he's like,
the dog catcher.
It's the fuzz. And he's like, well, should I help you? Nah.
No, I enjoy killing them.
Yeah, he even like does a whole the dog catcher's like, let's make this easy. And he goes, what fun would that be?
Yeah, let's murder the fuzz. I'm the Chupadogra. You know, I'm actually pretty behind
the
Chupadogra. I like the Chupadogra. Yeah,
also known as Buster, who had it on his food bowl.
Yeah.
Which I actually they give Marmaduke a moment of redemption. I just want to point. I've got to cling to some things in this man because he everybody's calling him the Chupadogra and calls him a monster, etc., 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 which is certainly a look to call the homeless dog the monster. Anyway,
Sure is.
so they he sees the Chupadogra and he's talking to him and he goes, well, it was really nice meeting you, Buster. And then it kind of like zooms down and shows that there's an old food bowl that says Buster on it. And he goes, oh man, nobody's called me Buster in a really long time. It's nice that somebody noticed the real me. And I'm like, wow.
Wow, yeah.
They're like the one thing Marmaduke... Unfortunately, it doesn't excuse him being a neo-Nazi for over half the movie. That's the problem. Because, that's the thing, is they went too far. You kind of can't pull it back from that. That's the problem. But, yeah, they tried. They sure tried.
So the entire movie, the dad's just being, pulled around left and right by his boss, to the point where he's, ignoring his family and trying to tell them to do things. He tries to force his kid to get into soccer, the young kid, the gamer. Yes. But that kid's a gamer. They're never going to like soccer. They're playing video games. What are you doing?
Can I speed run the other plots here really quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
Because the movie speed runs them too. Here, I will give you every single scene for both of the subplots. Okay, there is a son. The dad comes home one day and he goes, hey, look, boy, I got you a soccer jersey. You're going to like the soccer. And the kid goes, oh, okay, thanks, Dad. Obviously not really liking it. And then the next scene is him talking to his sister one time and he says, oh, I've been skipping soccer practice because I like going to the skate park.
Mm-hmm.
That's that scene. And then there's a last scene where the dad goes, wait, you haven't been going to soccer practice, have you? And he goes, no, sorry, I've been going to the skate park. Here's my skate park friends. Those are the three scenes. Okay, next subplot. Girl is on her phone all the time. This one has more because they really hate it that she's on her phone.
They hate that she always be texting. Yeah, on her phone. Yeah.
Are you always on that thing? Says another elementary school 16-year-old.
Elementary school, 17-year-old six-pack ab surfer.
Dude's fucking ripped, man. So this surfer bro goes like, what, you always on your phone? As, a child would say to another child.
Yeah, grief for that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. As kids would often say to each other, man, you're always going to be on that technology. So they're written very well. And then she goes, wow, he's hot. I guess I shouldn't be on my phone so much. That's one scene. Another scene is her out with all of her friends, they're out with their dog accessories, doing shopping girls do. And she wants to fit in because she wants to get with the hot surfer guy. And then there's a final scene where he goes, whoa, I got your text. I came as fast as I could because we're dating now.
Yeah, and I like that you're not like those Valley girls that have dogs as accessories, and your dog's really cool
and big.
He's really big.
Okay, so there we go. There's
scene.
all the plots, and the dad was ignoring that she was dating the surfer and that his son wasn't going to soccer practice. Things that you don't know because they never show any of it.
Right, but what's fucked up about it though? They couldn't just leave it at that though. They had to make the dad go through her phone and invade her personal privacy that he could learn that they didn't like that he was forcing things onto them. And
that was showing a good thing. That was his change of heart.
He was good because he went through their phone.
Yes, because so here's the setup. The idea is for those listening at home, he's sitting there going oh man, I've been so involved in my work. I should pay attention to my kids more. And then he looks down and sees his daughter's phone and he goes, I know how to get more involved in her life. Spying. And opens it up and reads the text. Yep. And then that's his pivotal moment where he changes from being too involved in work, a thing that we haven't seen at all, because
good for him.
Spies on her phone.
Good for him. Yeah. What a cool dad. Okay, so at that point, we after we resolve some of the dumb bullshit F plots. I don't know how many plots deep this is, But
those
then we
plots, the entirety of all
Yeah.
of what we just talked about could not encompass more than 8 minutes of this film, right?
No, yeah, no. But we hard cut to another movie because Maisie
Yes.
went looking for Marmaduke.
Holy shit, do we ever? Yeah.
And then wound up at a collapsing road from like an earthquake, I think, in the middle of nowhere.
I think it's a sinkhole from a broken pipe would be my
or
guess.
something. Maybe it's a broken pipe. Yeah, but like Maisie's just standing next to it, and Marmaduke's there, and then like the road starts collapsing for some reason
Yeah.
into like a giant like Avengers style sinkhole. Like
Yeah.
it's a different
Yep.
movie. And then Maisie falls in. Marmaduke jumps after her.
Yeah,
go
like
and
out
try
of
and save her.
fucking nowhere,
And-
this
and then they're
sinkhole
both
opens and
just-
swallows her,
yeah.
and
They're both just like flowing through the sewer. So then
on a
the
sea
rescue
of piss.
Yeah, in a sea of piss and poop. And the rescue team's like, oh, I think there's an entrance like 2 blocks down. Let's go. And they run all action scene, slow-mo, like Baywatch
Yeah,
to get there. And then it's like, what?
it just becomes action movie
For
out of
some reason.
literally nowhere.
Yep.
And the dad shows up because he found Marmaduke, and so he's also running.
He's also there. But like the rescue team gets Maisie out from the inside of the sewer, like the pipe.
From the river of piss.
But Marmaduke gets swept away from the piss river.
Mhm.
And as he's getting swept away, the crew up top, he's like, "Oh no, it's getting pulled. Let's jam it!" And they break the guy's back and neck
they snap
they
his spine
slam down
instantly.
and break his spine, and then pull up his dead corpse with Maisie being held by it.
Yeah, he gets
then
washed away by this river of piss with a steel tension cable attached to him, and then they show it like ripping down so fast that it's like smoke coming out of it, and they go, quick, jam it, and they jam a crowbar in it, which certainly does not just snap this man's spine instantly.
And then the dad, like running, by the way, catches up to Marmaduke, who has now left the tunnel and is in like the aqueduct, I guess, or I don't know what they're called.
It's just like an open canal of water.
Open canal.
For some reason.
Some sort of exit that flows through the city. But
Apparently.
he's running after Marmaduke, and then he jumps in the river of piss.
Yes.
To try and save Marmaduke. And very clearly you can see when the green screen water scene starts and when it stops.
Yeah,
there's no more water, but he's still standing there without anything pushing against him.
Yeah, it goes from him like being like clinging desperately against this huge wave of water, and then it shifts camera angles a little bit, and he's basically just standing perfectly still. Like you can tell he's not he's holding on, but like there's no tension. It's really, really good.
Before he goes to save Marmaduke, we get a very clear scene of Marmaduke drowning in the piss. Like just dead. And then he goes back and he's like, oh, he's not actually dead. Marmaduke didn't drown in piss, kids. It's fine.
Sure.
This film. Yeah, okay, but he saves him. He saves him.
Marmaduke, yeah.
Yeah, he saves Marmaduke. And then Marmaduke's like, now that I've had a near-death experience of almost drowning in a river of pee, I'm going to change my life. And I'm going to change the dog park for the better. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no like inflection point of because his friend, like Carlos the cat, says to him a couple times, like, "Yo, this sucks."
Yeah,
and you'd think that would be an inflection point for the character to be like self-reflective and go, "Huh, all of my old friends don't like me. Maybe I should be better." No, it's Deus Ex sinkhole.
No, it's the sinkhole. Yeah. That's also how the dad finally realizes, you know what, maybe I don't need this job. And
you know
maybe
what?
Yeah.
I just had an epiphany.
If
they're saying, so what they're saying is the way to stop neo-Nazis from being neo-Nazis is to throw them into sinkholes. And I'm starting to come around on this movie.
I mean, that's a good plan, but they didn't do that with the rest of the neo-Nazis. What they did instead was they had Marmaduke confront them at the dog park so he could thank them. for changing his life for the better.
Uh-huh.
Because now he
Yeah.
doesn't care what people think, and he thinks that their neo-Nazi turf of the park should be for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
He's
also
like,
shouldn't care what you think about them.
and I'm gonna sit down next to the fountain, and that's it. You
And we're
can't
gonna
say
hold
bad words to me,
hands and sing
neo-Nazi.
songs, and I'm gonna drop a vote in the ballot box to get rid of you Nazis. Yeah, no, and it works. It works. Everybody crowds around Marmaduke is like, yeah, we don't need neo-Nazis here
Mm-hmm.
because I'm okay in my own skin now. It was me that was the problem.
Yep. Yeah, I now have the confidence to not care that I'm a purebred. If we just show them that we have the confidence that we don't care if we're not purebreds like they are, the thing that makes them very special and cool, then we will be better now, and that'll improve us, which means that we win because we improved ourselves, the thing we needed to do to defeat the weird purebred dog
What
Nazi.
this sounds like an Onion article or something, right? Like, what the fuck is this? What
Yes.
is this?
Yes.
Right.
So
okay, but
then Nick Cage dad talks to the boss, and the boss goes, "Wow, we got tons of YouTube impressions on your dog rescue video that
oh yeah, YouTube.
somebody took, I guess. I don't know.
It was one of the skater kids. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So now we like you again. Come join back with my company. And I guess I'll let you have some time for your family.
I guess. If I have to. You're not getting a break though, buddy.
Yeah, and
you better work overtime 5 days a week.
Then they go, well, maybe we can have the dogs dance. So then you have a scene of dogs dancing, and it's the commercial that's the end of the movie where all the dogs dance because now they're no longer neo-Nazis, and they
could have just ended it on the Austin Powers dance sequence. They could have, but they had to get one more joke in. Mm-hmm. One more. You can't just end Marmaduke on a dance number.
No.
So the dad and mom are in bed again, and they're smooching, and they're talking about how much better their life is, and how they were thinking about moving back to Kansas, but maybe they will stay in the OC where their dogs can get drunk every night and hold parties. And then Marmaduke has one last line.
One last giant cheek flapper.
I love farting.
Oh man, Marmaduke. He just rips open that rectum and
Marmaduke, no!
Oop. Do you think they planned a second Marmaduke movie where he just doesn't deal with Nazis at all? That'd have been. They could have just done that as a sequel, right? Like, cut the Nazi.
They could have done that. They could have done that.
Could have done that here.
An original.
They could have done that as the first movie, yeah. But like, this is already out, so like, they had to have planned a Marmaduke 2. The fuck do you do?
I hope they didn't. Actually, did they have a sequel in this?
I don't believe so. This movie got like a 10 on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
That
like
doesn't. Okay,
Adam Sandler's the movie's bad doesn't mean it doesn't make money. But
Adam Sandler's entire career is based on movies that have gotten a 10 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It made money, but not enough, it seems.
That's probably why. If they made a little bit more, we could have had more Marmaduke. Oh, Jesus. This movie is incredibly uncomfortable.
I was expecting boring and tasteless, like nothing humor. And I'm just stunned. I have no idea how to end this. I don't know how to talk about this film because I want to try and find good things about movies, even bad ones. But the creative choices here, we'll call them that, are
like
mind-boggling.
It's a movie that's shot well. I think they use their CG pretty okay, although some look really fucking bad. Like the sinkhole looked really fucking bad.
The sinkhole looks bad, but like they had to do it for that scene, and like they use it only in the absolute like must-have scenes, and the rest of it's practical, which I thought was smart. Like they use a lot of it because there's a lot of talking dogs. I mean, that is basically the entirety of the film. There's so little family in this movie at all. Like they don't have any follow
of the film though is all fucked up. I have no idea what they were trying to do. Like I have a rough idea, but the execution, I don't know.
I get exactly what they were trying to do. I get exactly what they were trying to do, and it makes sense, and it works as a movie. Like the idea of kids film, anti-bullying, Marmaduke becomes a bit of a bully, loses sight of his true friends, then realizes who his true friends are, goes back to them, stops being a bully. That makes sense. But
why did it need Nazis though?
you don't need a sub-theme of racial purity in that.
No.
You don't like that movie doesn't need that. That's not
weird.
It's just it's so far. It's they go I see exactly where they're going, but they saw a thing and then they overshot it by like miles, right? You're expecting
for sure.
You're expecting them like it's somebody going out and you're like, okay, like, hey, do you want to like set some stuff off in the desert? Like I've got some like cool explosives. We can like do a little fireworks or something in the desert. And you're like, oh, cool. Yeah. Okay, sure. Like, maybe I'll watch that. And then they run out and you're like, oh, okay. Like, oh man, they're going to like shoot off some fireworks. And then there's a fucking nuclear explosion in the distance. And you're like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? Hold up. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. What? Like it just, you see where they were going.
Like they're going to shoot off some fireworks and then they have a gender reveal party and the whole town's going. Yeah, it's just like
they have a 10 megaton nuclear gender reveal party.
I wasn't expecting a nuclear gender reveal.
And
what is this?
Like it just goes so hard, and you're like, okay, but you can't walk it back from that.
No,
right?
You can't. You can't have the super good feeling happy ending of it all worked out when you start from that fucking like you have to elaborate more.
Or it has to be like it has to get very serious. Like you've got to be American history. Like you said, like it's the American History X. That's where it goes. It does. Like he literally just beats the shit out of somebody to get in good with people that are yelling about how pure their bloodlines are. And
it's fucked up.
If you're going to do that, A, it should not be a family kid movie. B, it needs to, like, then you need to walk it back in extremely careful, strong ways. And it's got to be like, you can't just redeem the main character by having him see someone in trouble that he wants to bone down with. And then go, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have cared if they bullied me in the first place. Hey, all of you people that I beat the shit out of to show that my racial purity was the best, do you want to agree with me and say, hey, maybe I'm okay with not being racially pure? If we all say we're okay with not being racially pure, maybe that'll solve everything. That can't be the way that you go, right?
It's so fucked up, yeah. I don't know how they miss the mark that badly. Unless that was their intention to begin with. Like, I really don't. I don't. Okay, so
it is a stunningly bad idea on every level.
Anyway,
in the way that I'm literally, I feel like I'm shell-shocked. Like, I feel like my ears are ringing, and like, you know, like when you have like a movie and there's like flashbang that goes off next to somebody, and like, it's like that double vision and like ears. I feel like that this morning. Like I feel like this is a flashbang.
Yeah, this movie is reprehensible. Yes. Okay, so two things. I had a pet counter. 0.
No,
0 pet.
I have.
Was
one.
there? Yeah. Was there one?
There was one. There was one very beginning. We said, "Oh, look, Marmaduke's getting a really good pet because he got a good pet from the family." Right in like the first 3 minutes of the movie. In like that
Oh,
opening
okay.
montage of him
And then-
running
then
around
they-
the house causing
That was
problems.
before Marmaduke became a Nazi. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
You do not pet Nazis. Thankfully, Nazi Marmaduke doesn't get a
Okay,
single fucking pet.
Good. The other count I had was an Owen Wilson wow count, and I got 4. There were 4.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of
wows.
them, but there were some.
Wow.
It had the good twang, though. It did.
Yeah,
it
it
did
did have a
the
good
Owen
Wilson
twang.
wow twang.
Mhm,
I appreciated
mhm.
that. It's nice that Owen does the same thing in every fucking movie he's in. Okay, anyway.
You know what you're getting right
You
away.
know what you're getting with Owen
At
Wilson.
least from Owen Wilson, but not from anything else in this movie, apparently.
Let's just rate the dogs. So, Marmaduke,
I'm not rating Marmaduke. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I can't do a joke about this. I'm not doing it. You go ahead. I'm out.
Yeah, I rate Marmaduke is it's always okay to punch a Nazi out of 10.
Okay. Actually, sorry. I'm rating Marmaduke. Throw the Nazis in a sinkhole to fix them out of 10.
Out of 10. And then we have Maisie.
Hey, one way or the other,
Yeah.
the problem's solved.
It'll
is all
solve
I'm
itself.
saying.
Yeah,
It'll solve
but
itself.
now we have Maisie, the other like main lead dog, played by
the
Emma Stone.
dog. Yep.
I like Maisie. Maisie's cute. Maisie has an adorable toy that is a cow that oinks like a pig because it had the wrong thing in the toy, and she gives it to Marmaduke because she loves him, but Marmaduke's a piece of shit, and she deserves better than a guy that wants to date neo-Nazis. But I think Maisie's a really cute dog, knows what she wants, and yeah, I would rate that a very cute like 12 out of 10. I like Maisie.
She has like DDR parties as her OC.
Yeah, DDR
Rangers
parties, right?
With
fucking cool.
Steve Coogan as a super nerd and Christopher Mintz-Plasse as like this anxiety like Chinese crested dog and stuff, and like these two kind of weird nerdy dogs. And I think that is the coolest like friend group I've basically ever seen in any film. Like honestly, I was like,
yeah,
holy shit. Like if I could go back in time and hang out with, like if I had to go back to high school, this would have been the raddest high school group of people of all time. They were fucking great. And yeah, I'm rating Maisie. It doesn't deserve to be with Marmaduke out of 10 because she is... Her and all of the dogs that are around her, both, like I said, Steve Coogan and Christopher Mintz-Plasse are rad as hell. They're always doing like weird nerd things, and like you can tell they're like 5 minutes away from a D&D game at any moment. Like they're either gonna break into like improv or D&D or both.
That makes me upset that we missed dog D&D in this
rhythm
movie.
games like DDR, and Man, they were very cool. They made like the coolest group, and Marmaduke said, "Fuck that! I want to go hang out with the weird neo-Nazis." Which
I don't. Yeah,
they had the coolest fucking group of dogs. I will say, they made that group of dogs the fucking raddest dogs of all time. They were very, very cool. I'm super into that group.
Yeah, that's it for this episode, though. Thank everybody for listening. We are getting close to episode 100 of Rough Cuts, which is 3 years of the podcast.
Sure,
pretty close. It's pretty. We're getting close to that. Pretty excited for that. We did run a poll. I think we could just outright say what the winner was, right? Right. Y'all ready for some Twilight? Some Twilight? It can't be worse than this. It can't be. Right.
I just want to see it's Jason, right? Jason the big werewolf dog. So Jason, I want to see the big Jason werewolf dog man play fetch. That's all I want, just once.
Yeah, that would be good. But anyways, you can follow us, of course, on Twitter at Rough Cuts Cast. Also send us any emails if you have anything, suggestions for the show, fan art, roughcutscast@gmail.com. And we'll be back with more episodes in the future. I don't really know how to end this episode because I fucking hate Marmaduke, so I don't even want to end on a joke. I'm just fucking disgusted.
This movie was it's kind of inoffensive in a way, in that it's so boring also. Like, there's not a lot that happens. But when you think about the themes for any length of time, all I can feel is revulsion. That's Marmaduke.
See you next time.
Later. Right? Like, I would be more upset about this movie if I wasn't just like, how did we get here? How did
this
this
is not
happen?
My Beautiful Wife? This is not My Beautiful House?
My Beautiful House. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Days gone by.
Yeah,
No more neo-Nazis.
There you go. There's your ending bit for for the episode.
Yep.
I'm not a bad dog, but I'm a terrible man.